And so, stop thinking that somehow it's because of your hard work. It is, but not solely, right? So we have been, I believe, I met a lot of successful people with names and pictures you've seen and stuff like that. And everybody I've met successful, it's hard work and good fortune. Hard work and good fortune. And when you give that speech in some number of years, your opening line should be, I am very fortunate to be here. And let me tell you a little bit about my fortune and the people who have helped me along the way, some of which didn't need to. That's the opening line anytime you give a tribute speech. It's literally, I'm incredibly fortunate. Let me tell you how fortunate. If you start to set that thing by, let me tell you how great I am or how hard I work, you have failed at life. Good luck. You get to the end and you fail. Here's a story Carl Moran was telling that he worked for a rich guy worth $1 billion. The guy said, I want to buy a boat. So one of Carl's jobs was to go negotiate a boat. So he goes over to Europe, he finds a boat. It's listed for $140 million or something. He negotiates it down to like $105 million. Saves the guy $35 million. All right, they get it all done, they clean it up, new sheets and all those things you do apparently for a boat. The owner gets on a plane, flies overnight into Rome, probably Paris, takes something down to the coast. He finally gets there at night. He goes out on his boat on some sort of shift or something, gets there, sleeps overnight, comes up the next morning. 6 hours ahead in Italy, finally at 6 in the morning, Carl's talking to his boss. First time the boss has seen the boat, Carl's saved him $35 million, great. And he said to the boss, what do you think? And he said, I came up to have a cup of coffee and I looked across the bay and there was a bigger boat. It's called losing at life. All right, so success is equal to hard work plus good fortune. Great, good fortune. All right, somehow we seem to forget it. The more successful we are, we sort of forget that. All right, so that's fine. I don't care. Go through life being an arrogant prick. I don't give a shit. All right, here's the problem. We instantly look at not successful as they didn't work hard enough. Because that's the inverse of this, when you get rid of the luck. And I can tell you, if you want to do a field trip, we could go north about 10 blocks and introduce you to single moms that do 2 jobs, barely see their kids, barely pay rent. You work harder than that? Really? And that's why my mom will say, your brother works hard. I said, I think there's some people who work harder. I don't think he sets the standard. I'm sure he works hard. But he's been very lucky in his life, very lucky in his life. So this is the part I have, is when we start looking and say, not successful, did not work hard enough. Like, wow. How about weren't lucky along the way? How about didn't start the race where you did? Huh. That's pretty interesting. All right. And as if personal agency is the only determining factor. So be careful. Be careful. All right, number 2, fuck you money. Save up for freedom. Financial freedom is absolutely, without a question, the best. The best. Now you're early in your career, some of you. I understand it. You just go to school. Some of you are paying for this. I'm just getting it. Over time, learn not to spend money. Money in the bank is the ultimate freedom. You can learn to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that job. I'm not going to take that trip. I'm not going to kill myself for that deal. You will get there. Now, some people want to be worth $1 billion. Oh, good luck. Right? Learn not to spend money. Hard. We live in a consumer society. Learn hard. All right. Third one, I think is the most important. Stop caring what other people think. And I know social media feeds this, but you've got to stop caring what other people think. You have to learn that internal validation. Right? I'm not on social media. I do not understand. I think it's a colossal waste of time.